everyone, it's Bethany. Welcome back to my channel. In this video, we are going to be making a really cute card. I'm so excited to show you. I have a new stamp set, I have a new embossing folder, and I have a couple new die cuts. So we are going to grab a whole bunch of things that I got from my recent haul. If you've missed that, then I will place a link in the corner for you so that you can check that out. But I have been getting a lot of fun new things, so I'm going to be using 3 of the things that I have purchased recently, and I can't wait to see how this all turns out. We're also going to be doing a lot of coloring with alcohol markers today. It's where I have been finding my happy place lately. I really find that it just really relaxes me. It's really fun to do, and I love playing around with alcohol markers. So I have pulled all of the colors that we're going to use. I have all my supplies ready, and I'm really excited to see how this card comes together. As a reminder, down in the description box below this video, you will find an entire source list of everything that you see in this video. So be sure to check that out if you want to take a closer look at anything that I'm crafting with. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, and at the very end of this video, I have a stamp haul that I want to share with you of just some recent things that I have picked up. So we will do that at the very end. That's always fun. So let me go ahead and grab my Misty, because the first thing we're going to do is stamp out our image. And this is going to be a really fun image to work with today. I can't wait for you to watch this come together. And I'm excited myself to see how this all turns out. Okay, so I have my Misty. If you've seen my recent video, I have my little craft caddy here and ready to go. That way we are all set. Okay, bringing my Misty stamp positioner in, I'm just going to use a piece of 80-pound cardstock. I like to use the Nina brand. I will place a link to all of the materials that I'm using in the description box below this video. And in terms of stamps, we are going to use this really cute stamp set from Spellbinders. It's called Fabulous Friends. I will link this as well down there. And I just instantly fell in love with this when I saw it. So I'm going to grab the girl first. I debated doing some additional foliage, but I am actually just going to stamp her out because I want this to be pretty simple, and I'm going to add in some embellishments in another way later. But as for stamping, I'm just going to grab her. Okay, I'm going to just place her anywhere on this piece. In fact, I can even save some cardstock and fit her this way. Okay. Oh yeah. Now, I was looking on their site. I don't believe, unless I'm missing it, I don't believe there is a coordinating die set, but this is very easy to fussy cut, so that's what I'm going to be doing today. Okay, so I have my stamp all positioned where I want it. I just need to ink this up. Because I'll be coloring later, I'm going to use an alcohol-friendly ink, which is this Memento in Tuxedo Black. And I'm going to ink this up really well, taking my time. This is pretty intricate. Whoops, and I think I just kind of did a boo-boo there. So no problem. I'm just going to grab my little stamp chamois real quick, and I will just do a focused dab there and redo that. Okay. There we go. And all set. So just close this. And I like to just use a little rag. I know they have those little pressure tools, but you know, I have a free rag that works just as well. So I'm going to use that. And let's see how the first impression did. It did pretty well. I still have some areas, especially in the middle, that I need to do a little bit more of a focused press. So I'm going to re-ink that up. That's one of the best things about the stamp positioner, is that it allows you to re-ink as many times as your heart desires, and you'll get a perfect press each time. Okay, I re-inked that, and then knowing that I was a little shallow in the middle, I'm going to focus a little bit more pressure there. Applying pressure all over, of course, but I'm going to really focus right in that little middle area. Okay, and let's see how that did. Oh, much better. Okay, so that is good to go. Let me clean off my stamp, return it to my little stamp storage, and I'm going to set this to the side for just a moment, just to give it a little second to set, and then we're going to begin coloring. Okay, so let's have a little bit of fun coloring here. I think this is going to be super relaxing to do. At least if you enjoy coloring, and then this is super relaxing to do, because there's a lot of different ways you could take this, right? So I'm just gonna grab a little bit of tape. I like everything just to stay put while I am crafting, coloring, and then one thing I also want to mention is that, you know, you can pull any colors you'd like. I have mine pulled and set to the side here, but you could run with this in a completely different direction, give her different color earrings, give her a different, you know, color sunglasses, anything like that. So just use your own creative control and do what you would like. So I'm going to go ahead and start out with her skin color. I'm going to do R19 and R18, and I'm going to start, let's see, sometimes I have to do little swatches because I know which color combo I want to do, but sometimes I forget which one I want to kind of start with. Okay, so I'm going to start with the R19, and I'm going to use that for my shadow. So I'm going to come in right up along the top of her forehead on the left. Okay. And then I'm going to come down along her jawline, just that left side. Now, the colors that I pulled for her skin are very similar in tone. And so knowing that, I'm just going to put 2 layers of this first one down, just so that I can get a little bit of differentiation between the colors. Then I'm going to bring in my lighter color, and I will go ahead and just pull that out. So pull, 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 creating a really nice mid-tone. Now, there are so many different ways to color. In fact, as I am beginning and kind of creating my own workflow, I'm kind of changing it up and seeing what works best for me. So sometimes, you know, I'll start with a darker and go to the light. Sometimes I do the opposite. And you just do what works for you, right? Okay, so now that I have that mid-tone, I'm just gonna go out and color 1 layer of that final color. Okay, and then you can always go back in and add a little bit more, rich in your shadows if you need to. And did I add anything around her nose? I do want to add a little bit of shading here. Okay. And just kind of taking my time here. And there we go. Okay. It's looking nice. There we go. Let me know if you are working on any cards right now. And if so, I want to know what you're working on. My recent haul has you knowing that I am definitely into cards right now. So I'm just taking this again, and I'm going to add just a little bit more of the mid-tone to blend it out a little bit more. Just pull that color, and then we will be all set. Okay. I like that. Okay, that looks good. I like how that looks, and it will settle down as well. Okay, the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to start on the leaves, and I'm going to use BG8 and G9. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add a little bit darker to the base. And I'm going to use the same color combination in all the green parts of this image. And then, you know, of course you could pick anything else. If you want to do a lighter, you could. But I really liked, based on where I'm going to take the rest of this image in terms of color, I really liked this green color combination. Okay, because this is so fine, I'm going to use my fine tip side for blending out. Okay. Oops, I forgot to add a little dark there. There we go. And nice. Okay. So that is what I'm going to do for all of my leaves on this image. So I'll go ahead and just work on that For the bigger leaves, I'm going to, let me grab, make sure I like the blending there. Okay, and you can always, you know, continue to blend, add a little bit more. It's one of the best things about alcohol markers is you can just kind of keep going until you get the look that you want. Okay, I like how this is looking. So now what I'll do is, for the bigger leaves, what I'm thinking I'll do is I'll just add a little bit of shading to the left, and then I'll go down that little center area as well. Okay, so again, on this one, I will add some shading to the left and then towards the middle. Approach it any way you'd like, but that's what I think I'll do. And because I have a little bit more area to work with, I can grab my brush tip here and just pull that out and create that mid-tone and then just go right into the light. Okay, and then you can always go back, continue to blend if you feel like any areas need a little bit more. And I might just bump up a little bit of those mid-tones. But other than that, I really like how that looks. I think that looks really fun and pretty. Okay, I don't think I forgot any of the green leaves. Sometimes when you're given it something like this, you need to stop for a second and just make sure that you didn't forget anything. Okay, I'm going to work on her hair next. So I'm going to do Y2 and I'm going to do Y3. So starting with the Y2, I'm going to use that as my shadow, and I'm going to focus up here in her hair and kind of poking some into this little hidden area here. Okay, and then I'm going to kind of pull right with these little hair strands, if you will. And then I'm also going to do the same on the other side. Okay. There we go. And I'm not too, you know, focused on a light source for this. I'm not going to stress myself out over it because I'm just focusing on some depth. Creating depth and not really worrying about where the light's coming from, just kind of having fun with it. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do there. I'm also going to bring some down just right here and then also kind of flow around this sweet flower here. Okay, now that I have that, I will grab the brush side of my Y3 and I'm just going to pull that shadow out, blend it into a mid-tone, and then in the middle there I want just to have my lightest Y3. Okay, so blending as much as I need to. You can always go back in and blend more. It's looking good. And then this middle area I want to be nice and light, so I'm just going to do one layer of my Y3. And I like how that looks. Okay, so now what I'll do, make sure I got all of that little area. There we go. Okay, now what I'm going to do is let's bring this down over here. I'm grabbing my Y2 once more. Okay. There we go. And I'll just continue working on her pretty hair. There we go. I like how that looks. Okay, now what I will do is I will focus on her sunglasses. So I think I'm going to be using 3 different colors here. So NG06, NG03, and CG2. Okay, so again, starting with my darkest, and that is the NG06. And I'm going to just focus on the rim of her sunglasses here. And taking my time here because it's such a skinny little space with such a dark color. I don't want to make any mistakes by rushing. Okay, we go. And a little bridge of her nose. And the next one. And because this is just so skinny, I'm not going to do any shading. This is all just going to be one flat color. And it is going to be just fine just like that, especially with such a dark color. No worries. Okay. And then taking my time. Hopefully I'm not getting my head in the camera, but I feel like I have to focus really hard right now. Okay. There. Oh, I like that. And then I'm going to bring in NG03, and I'm going to focus on that left side, shading that. Okay. Shading the other lens on the left. Okay. I like that. And then I will grab my CG2 brush, create a mid-tone by pulling out some of that dark and really taking my time there. Okay. And then going right out into the lightest. And I think that that just makes for a really fun lens. Okay. And then what I'll do is grab my darkest again, the NG03. I'm going to add just a touch more to my shadow. Okay. And then I'm going to grab the CG2 once more with the brush, and then I'm going to do a full pull just to really smooth it out. Ah, buttery. I love it. Okay, so pretty. Let's do, I kind of want to bring her little, let's do I'm going to bring RP1 in and RP6. Yes, and I want to do her earrings. So RP1 will be my darker of the two. I'm going to go along that left side. I thought it'd be fun to just do a really bold pink. And again, left focus here for the shading. And I'm going to use my precision fine point tip just to shade and blend on these small earrings. Okay, and I think that looks so fun. Okay, and then the same with the other side. Just kind of pull out that initial color, blend it out, and there we have it. Ooh, I love how she keeps coming together the more and more we color her. She's just so fun. Okay, now let's do, I think I need her lips to come to life a little bit. So I'm going to pull this R23 and I will do one coat. And I think I'm just going to do one period. It's just such a tiny little area that I think simple is best there. You can always add, you know, let's try. Let's just do a little bit of shading maybe on the left. And I'm just adding more color there. And I think she looks cute. I kind of got a little bit on her skin, so I'm going to let that set, and then I'm going to try to kind of blend that out with my peach in a little bit. Okay, now let's do, I'm going to stay with those pinks for one moment longer and do the RP6 and the R23, and we're going to do some of the flowers. So let's do, actually, let's grab our yellows and do the middle of the flowers first. That way we can get those all nice and done. So I'm going to do the Y2 and Y3 combo again, just like for her hair. And I'm going to go left side, left side, left side, left side, and then pull out that little brush there. Actually, I have the precision tip because it's so small. Okay. Then we'll do RP6 for our darker. And I'm going to just do some really, really simple shading. So I'm going to kind of go around the circle a little bit, and then I'm going to go up one side of the petal, just like that. Okay, so around the circle, and then up a side of the petal. Does that make sense? I'll do it again here. I have a little bit of time before that dries that I can do one more. Okay, and then I'll just kind of go out like that. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do in terms of shading, and then I'll grab my lighter color and really blend that out. And actually I started with this one, so that's where I should go first. And there, okay. And it blends really pretty. You can just have so much fun with the color combinations, so definitely change it up on yours. Oh, I like that. That's so fun. Okay, so I'll do that for all of the little pink pieces, the same thing, and then we'll move on to the next part. Okay, that looks really fun. I love it. Okay, and now we will move to the blues. So I'm going to do BG68 and BG4. I like this color combination. I think it's really fun. And I'm going to focus on, actually I'm going to pull one more color, BG3. So what I'm going to do here is I'll focus on my darkest, if you will, the BG68, and I'm going to do these two flowers, and I'm going to go just around the outer, or actually it's kind of like around the inner flower on the outside, and then I will let's grab BG4, and then I'll blend that out towards the edge. And I think that looks so pretty. So blending it out towards the edge just to kind of get a little nice lighter blue. And then with the lightest of the blue, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my brush and color in the entire middle. And then I'm going to let that set for a minute, and then I will come back in and color the little dots in a second. So I'm just going to repeat all of that with this next one. So BG68, doing an outline, and I just liked how this looks. And here we go. Pull it out towards the edge of the petal. And then our lightest for the middle. And to keep it really light, I'm just going to do brush, 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 brush. Okay. And I'm going to let that set for a second, and then I will do the darkest. Will I do the darkest? Yeah. I'll bring BG68 back in, and that's what I will get a little contrast with those little middle pieces in. So she's looking good. Okay, so we'll just set that to the side for a second, and we'll do our purple. So I'm going to do a couple flowers in purple. I'm not going to use two different tones. I kind of find it hard to find two tones that I like for the purple that blend well. So I'm just end up doing the one, and that's just fine. So what you do when you have just one color is you can just do double layers of it. That way you can really, you know, richen it up. So I'm going to just richen this here, and then I will do my shadow here and here. And again, what I'll do is I'll just come back in and add a double. Then with my brush, I'll just do a really nice one layer to create some differentiation in there. And I always really like how that purple turns out, even with just using one marker. Super pretty. Okay, and I'll just do the same thing over here. So focusing my shadow kind of at the base, and then up here as well. And double layer, since I'm only using one marker. And then a single layer with the brush side. Just to pull it out. There we go. Oh, so cute. Use this colorless blender and see if I can kind of just push that little lipstick back up. And then, okay, so I gave her just a little bit of a band-aid there. Didn't do too bad. Okay, we'll see how that looks in a second. Now what I'm going to do is, let's come back in with this blue, BG68. We'll add in our little dots in the centers. And the contrast just really kind of brings that little portion to life, I think. Okay, pretty. Simple, but pretty. So, let me just do a little bit of blending here. And she should be good to go. Okay, I think we fixed it. Oh, now let's bring in some orange. I'm going to pull R4 and YR4, and we're going to have fun with those colors as a fun little combination for some of the final little flowers we have. So I'm going to just pull some shadow at kind of the base area where it's not, you know, the outermost part of the petal, just more of the base of the flower, just like that. And then I will grab the lighter, which is again YR4, and just blend that out. And I love the YR4 because it reminds me of sherbet. It's just a really nice soft orange. And that looks really pretty. You can continue to blend where you'd like, but that one's a really simple one. Okay, again with the YR4, and we're going to come up in here and just kind of create a little shading up in here too. Okay. And blend it out. Lather, rinse, repeat. Coloring is all about just having fun with your color combinations and relaxing. At least that's the way it is and how I approach it. Okay, and then Y4 once more. We're gonna just do that color combo one more time right here. Focusing on the base. And maybe kind of like that too. Okay, I like that. And then the brush side of our lighter, pull out. Pretty, pretty. Blend, blend, blend. Okay, we are seeing the finish line here. Real quick though, I'm going to grab the darker, so RP1, and I'm going to add it to these cute little, I don't even know what we would call them, but I'm just going to do a single layer just to add a real fun pop of pink there. And then my last color combination is GY4 and GY172, which I think is a super pretty combination. So starting with the GY4, and again, just like the orange, I'm going to focus my shadow just on the base. And then bring in my lighter, GY172, and blend out. And this one you kind of blend just a little more because they are a little bit of different colors, but then they really settle in nice together. Look at her. She has come a long way. Transformation Tuesday for this chick. Okay, there we are. I think she looks pretty darn cute. I love that. And you can add a little bit more if you'd like. You can keep continuing to blend. I really like the contrast in terms of blending that I have currently, so I'm not going to do anything else, but I think she looks really fun. Okay, so again, I did not see a coordinating die for her unless I'm missing it. So I'm going to go ahead and just fussy cut, and then I'm going to bring in a really cool embossing folder because we're going to start working on our card panel and then bring this all together. Okay, so I'm just going to bring in some small little scissors here. I'll do a little bit of fussy cutting and bring her to life. So, in fact, I'm going to trim her completely down. You know, I always feel like I need tiny scissors, and every time I don't like them. My fingers just are too squished, and I honestly do just fine with a bigger pair of scissors fussy cutting. Oh, and that feels so much better. Okay, so I'm going to just decide on what type of shadow I want or outline, and then I'm just going to keep that consistent and cut while maintaining the shape of the stamp all the way around. And honestly, this is not something that you need to stress about. Even if you make a mistake, chances are you are not going to notice it in your final piece. I always feel like, you know, if I make a mistake in one spot, then, oh my gosh, when I look at that card, I'm just going to see the mistake. And honestly, when it comes to the cutting part, yes, you may notice maybe in your coloring or something like that, but when it comes to the fussy cutting part, you're really not going to notice in the end. So just give yourself lots of grace and keep it fun. Okay, and there we go. Now, just to kind of smooth her out and smooth the edges, you can take a little bone folder and just press out. Just kind of softens the edges. I've seen people do this, so it can't hurt. Just kind of smooths out any little cutting imperfections, I suppose. So do that. And I think that turned out really good. Really good. Not perfect, but good enough. Okay, let's switch gears for just a minute here and pull out a card panel. I have this in 80-pound cardstock, and I am going to really quickly get this all nice and pretty. So I thought it would be fun I really want to do embossing on this because I think that she is just so busy with the color and the vibrancy. So I wanted to pair her with a nice, just very soft background, but I didn't just want to put her on white cardstock. She needs more than that. And so I thought a nice little embossed texture would look super nice. So I have this brand new embossing folder. I think it's gorgeous, and I'm going to do that on this back panel. But before that, I do want to trim down my panel just a little bit. So I'm just going to grab a little A2 layer die really quickly, and I am going to tape that down. I don't want a huge frame and margin, but I want something. I like my panel to be slightly smaller than my card base. So I'm just going to make it a tad smaller. And the reason I'm doing this first is because the next step is going to be running it through my Spellbinders in the embossing folder. And if I don't already have it pre-trimmed down, if I go to do this step next, I worry that it's going to flatten out my embossed look and that nice texture. So, and I don't know that it really ruins it, but I just really want it to be nice and fresh and vibrant. So I'm going to do this step first, then I'm going to go ahead and emboss second. So let me run this through really quick. Okay, so I ran that through and it's all set. Now I can go ahead and place it inside my embossing folder. Now, since this has a lot of angles to it, do you see how, there's a lot of right angles and lines? I want to make sure that I line up my paper really nicely because if it's crooked, it just, you know, it doesn't look amazing. It's not ruined, but if you can just thoughtfully line it up so that the lines are perpendicular, or I'm sorry, the lines are parallel. What am I thinking? The lines are parallel with one another. It just is a thoughtful thing to do. Okay, let me go ahead. I'm going to run this through my Spellbinders and we can see how pretty this is going to turn out. Okay, I ran it through off camera and oh my goodness, that is so pretty. That is so pretty. And I think that the style of it, you know, the design, it just works with her so well. I'm going to be using this embossing folder time and time again. That is exquisite. So pretty. Okay, now what I want to do is I need to grab some pink paper. I'm going to do some embossing. Okay, grabbing my Misty once more, I'm going to place a little piece of pink cardstock in here. I thought that this pink just went so well with her. So I think that'll be really fun. And I'm going to stamp my sentiment. Now I already put it over here. So now what I'm going to do, I picked the You Don't Look a Day Over Fabulous because that just stole my heart and sold the stamp set for me, because I saw it and thought, that's just so cute. I love that sentiment. That's just so sweet and so nice. So I'm going to grab some Versamark and stamp this down. I also have my fine detail, super fine detail in white. And let's get this nice. Now this is very intricate, so I'm going to just lightly press down so I can preserve the intricacy. That's what I should say. If you stamp or if you press down too much, it kind of, how do you say, I'm trying to think of how I want to say it. It kind of smushes it, right? And then everything is a little bit bolder than it was intended to be, which in turn makes the letters kind of run together. Okay, so I have my little catch and I have my powder. Oh, I forgot to do my anti-static tool, Bethany. Oh, I always tell myself I'm going to slow down and enjoy the process and relax, but I sometimes get so excited to see it done. So usually I put my little anti-static powder over. Let's see. Yep, I need to start over. That's just not going to work. Okay, no problem. I'm not going to edit this out. I know you like when I leave in the relatable moments, so here is one for you. So, okay, so take two. Really quickly, we will do the anti-static. Okay. And get our little sticky and press. Okay. Good. Okay, that looks good. Then lather, rinse, repeat. We just did it. I'll clean that off later. I like to zoom once I get the Versamark on there. So I clean after. Okay. Dump my powder on there. Let it sit for a second. Tap it off. Much better. In fact, I think that looks great. I am going to take my little fine detail brush, which is honestly just a makeup brush. Got it from Dollar Tree. I'm just going to brush off any little extra flakes. Okay, that looks good to me. Set that there. Clean this. And let's grab some heat and set that embossing powder. Okay, that looks delicious. Oh my goodness, I love it. It's so cute. Okay, then I actually did also get in my recent haul, I'll link that haul you haven't seen it. It was a fun one. I got some little banner sentiment dies, and I'm going to grab the largest that came in that set, and I will just make sure that that's nice and centered where I want it. I'm going to run this through off camera, through my Spellbinders, get that cut out, and then we'll build this card. It's almost done. Okay, let's gently peel the tape away. Ooh. Oh, I like that. It's so cute. Oh my goodness. And I think this pink is going to just look beyond adorable with our little fabulous girl. Okay, so let's grab my panel. Truth be told, I grabbed my other little fabulous friend that I colored the other day because I think I just did a little bit better of a job coloring her. And I actually want to send this card out to someone, and you know, they're not going to notice if it's perfect or not, but I just really wanted it to be perfect. So I grabbed my other little one that I colored the other day. My daughter and I love to, well, let me start popping this up and then I'll tell you. I think I've mentioned it before. My daughter and I love to, actually both my girls, pick out little stamps to color. This is gorgeous, by the way. I just have to mention. I think it's super fun on the back too. Wouldn't that be super fun? Aw, I think that's beautiful. It kind of looks like a watercolor. My kids, ever since I started this whole stamping thing, they have just really enjoyed the aspect of playing around with the stamps as well, and coloring. And so this is what we did the other day. I sat down, we all picked out this one to color, and I got some, just, it's so fun because you can sit around with the kiddos and just have fun, but also can just really, really relax. I think it's just so relaxing. Okay, I'm going to put her here. Now, gasp, I know this may make some of you so nervous, but I'm going to place her right off to the side here, and I'm actually going to trim her off a little bit. I know, don't get nervous. It's going to be okay. I think it's going to be so cute. And the reason being is because I think I just didn't want to just put her in the center of the card. There's nothing wrong with that. I just wanted to do something, I don't know, more interesting than that. So I'm going to off center and left justify her. I'm going to trim her down. I think that'll be really cute. Now, another thing I want to do is, because, do you see how that little O kind of has, you know, a nice rounded edge to it? I want that to tuck right into this nice curved edge of her hair. I think that will be so pretty. And also, I'm going to be mindful that I am okay with these little pieces coming off the side of the edge there. I like it when my panel interacts with my card base. I think that that's really, really fun. It just kind of unifies them. So I'm going to do that. So I think that that is going to be my final answer. Actually, I'm going to bring it up just a little bit. Okay, there. So what I will do, I'm going to put my banner down first, and I might even just trim it just a hair. And I'm going to do this. And the reason I'm doing all of this right now is because I want to get this placement just right so that I can send this through my little paper trimmer in just a moment. That looks cute. Just a little peeking off the side. I love that. And trim that side down. And it's just going to be a little bit. It's not going to be a lot. It's just going to be a little. Aw, I really like it. I think it's cute. Okay, final answer. Final answer. I'm not afraid to trim down a side of something. Okay, and I like how that looks, just like that. There we go. Okay, really quickly, grabbing my paper trimmer, line this up, line this up. Super cute. I love it. I love it. Okay, now I'm going to grab my card base, which is in 110 pound cardstock. I like the 110 for the card base. I'm gonna grab my scoring board. This is just half of a side of 8.5 and 11 piece of paper. So it's 4.25 by 11, or 11 by 4.25. So then half of 11 is 5.5. So I will score it at 5.5, giving me my A2 card. I really like the top folding cards. I think they're just, what's the word? I think they're just classy. I don't know. I'm just all in on the top folding card. Okay, so I have my little A2 size card there. And I'm just simply going to add foam tape once more because I really like to pop up my panels. I think it's just so pretty. You can skip that. You can just add glue if you'd like, but I'm a fan of the foam tape. Foam tape. It's just gives me all the hard eyes. My kids notice that I do it a lot, and so we were making cards the other day for somebody, and they even mentioned like, oh, now we need to like make it higher off of the card. It can't be flat. And it's amazing what little kiddos pick up. It's just so fun. I love that this is something we can do together. And I love that you're creating so much art on such a tiny little piece. I think it's just so fun. Okay, I'm going to, oh, I kind of got my little card base just a tad wonky there. Is that going to play with my eye? It might. Okay. I am going to just get that as centered as I can. Oh goodness, that is not center at all, I don't think. Oh, but you know what? It's gonna do this time. It's gonna do this time. So cute. I love it. I love it. Okay, now what I'm going to do is add a little bit of sequins. And I've been having fun with my label maker, getting everything all organized in my new tray that I shared the other day. So I think I am going to pull out this, I think it's called Aura, and I'll link it down below. It is stunning. It has a little bit of a holographic look when you turn the card, but straight on it's pretty stunning and simple, which I love. I just really like it. So I'm gonna just put some in my little trinket tray here just so that I keep it organized. Grab my little picker upper tool and let's see where we want to put some. I think I'm gonna go 1 and 2 and 3. Okay, yeah, that looks good. And then I'm going to keep it simple and go 1 and 2. And that looks amazing to me. Okay, so grabbing some glue. Let's make it official. I'm going to just put a little glue on there and make that a permanent relationship. It's pretty, right? It's got kind of a it's just kind of buttery and holographic, and I don't know, it's just kind of fun. And it adds just something a little bit fun to that back panel where it's, you know, we have that subtle embossing, and I like it. Okay, there we go. I love that. I have all the hard eyes for that right now. That is so cute. So sweet. Let me be a responsible gluer and put my cap back on. Okay, so cute. I love it. I love that she is so vibrant and bold and just fabulous. And then she's paired with a nice, you know, soft background, but it's not boring. It's not boring. And I like how the little banner just kind of trickles off of that first panel there. It's just so cute. I really like it. Okay, let me show you a couple of the things that I recently got in the mail, and then I think we're going to call it good for the day. Okay, so first and foremost, this came on the very top of my little package. It's saying that it's a little thank you gift, which was so cute. And it looks to be a little strawberry with the top and a candle, which, how cute and so fun to have in a little stamp and die collection. Okay, I got a big dot stencil. I thought this was super, super fun. Really excited about this. And then I also got a random tiny dot stencil, which I really, really wanted. I thought this would be really, really fun. And I want to use this and kind of layer it with some different colors and do some ink blending. So I like that. Then this was actually another little thank you gift, and I am in love with this. So it's got more of a Christmas theme. Well, you know, you could run in any direction with this. You can make it a birthday theme too, but I like this like wrapping paper. Then we have the gift that's all wrapped. We have the scissors, a tag, some ribbon, a little to from, and then some tape. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. And then have you seen those little magic cards? I want to say Lawn Fawn makes the die for like a magic card where it does the before and after scene, and you can kind of pull the tab and it'll do a before and after scene. Anyway, I'm obsessed with those and I really want to make one. And I was thinking this could be a really fun thing to do because we kind of have a before and then an after, and I just think it'd be fun. Oh, I like it. So that was so nice of them to put a couple little freebies in there. This stole my heart and I am so excited for it. Look at this little girl with the little Peter Pan collar and the polka dot dress. All of them are just so cute. But this is a little waving hello set. I got the coordinating dies as well. It has a little cat and a dog, and I'm just thinking this is the most precious thing I've ever seen. I love that you could do maybe a back to school thank you for teachers or something like that with it. It could be for grandparents where you maybe personalize your kiddos and make a card for grandparents. You could run in so many directions with this, so I loved that. This is so darn cute. I can't even handle. Oh my gosh. Look at all the kids, first of all. Then they have little add-ons where there is a little bow for the hair. We have a crown for the hair, a hat. We have a bow tie. So sweet. Plus, I love this little curved banner, and they have additional sentiments that are already curved, so you can just tuck those right in there. It's so cute. Coordinating dies as well. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. And then it's your day. That's just so sweet. I love it. Okay. Then I also picked up We Heard It's Your Birthday. How cute is this? Look at this one. His bangs are so long. You can't even see his eyes. It's just so cute. Then you also have a little set of bunnies, which are so cute as well. And then the die set as well. I thought this was so cute. I loved the little hats. And then I also love that you have a little variety of balloons. You could just have so much fun with this. So I'm excited for this too. Okay, last thing was, I was so confused on what this was until I really looked closer. So you have a girl and a boy, obviously, and then you have cute balloons, but look at all of the little pieces. So there's little hands on here, hands on the bouquet, arms around this one, arms around the balloons, hands on this little package, and then on the fruit basket, little hands down here. I think this is so cute because you can take these little icons and place them over the little person, and it looks like they're holding them. How sweet. I think that's so cute and very universal. You could do so many things. So obviously you could maybe do a get well or thinking of you or sympathy card with some florals, or even happy birthday. You can run with florals in any way. Balloons obviously would be more of a celebratory thing. A package is so cute. And then maybe just a note. I love it. I am here for it. I think it's so cute. Okay, that is all that I have. Just a little tiny mini haul and a really cute card. I love how this turned out, and I hope you did too. Please be sure to give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and if you found this fun in any way, then be sure just to let me know. I think this is fun. I really want to hear what you're working on as well. I have lots of fun things coming up, as you've seen in my recent haul. I am just over the moon with some fun new craft supplies, so we're going to be having so much fun. All right, I can't wait to see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching, and let me know what you're working on as well in the comment section below. All right, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.